I'm on the bike. No, I am. I really am. I've been blessed with another beautiful day of opportunity to learn the mechanics of the stock market. And I'm very grateful for that. I figured that I'd wake up this morning and just check. I woke up at 7:15, slept a little extra because we went to bed at midnight. We were hanging out with our neighbor, having a few drinks, getting to know each other. And yeah, got up 7:15, checked, everything was good. So here I am. Yesterday was a really fun day in the afternoon. We'll just review it real quick. The morning was not as fun. I started off with a long, only 2.5 minutes after the report, and I took myself out. And then when we tested down and couldn't break, I went long again. I caught the scale. I got stopped. We break lower, and I think we're going to test the low, and I go short, and I get stopped out. We break higher. I go long at VWAP. I get scaled at VPOC. I take a scale here. I'm not so sure what this is. Oh, I enter long on an IBC and I get stopped out. And then we pop back above, make a new high, and I attempt to enter, we make a new high, I attempt to enter, I miss both. And then my other target is at 96, it looks like. Yeah. Then we break above 4,600. We pull back to the outside of the profile, and I see buyers step in, and I go long, and I catch a scale, and then my target is 09. And then I'm holding. I get stopped out. Test 4,600, high or low. I get missed here, and then when we return, I get filled. I get my scale, and then we start breaking 4,600. Upon a break of 4,600, I go short right here against this volume, and I get scaled. We break again, and then we pull back, but I don't catch this one. So I enter the short at 4,600, and then I take a target right before the IB at the 92 level. We continue to break through my other target's VPOC, but price looks like it's very aggressively moving, and I want to allow it to potentially run. And this was really crazy. I missed an IBF here, which I wanted to catch, but I was too busy fiddling with this. The opportunity was there though. And then I moved this down, and I get a really nice trade out of it. We break the low into the magnet zone, and then we start busting higher. I see resistance forming here around 85. It can't break, and I'm thinking, okay, it kind of looks like it wants to go long, but I'm not sure. We see VPOC migrate, and we break the auction and pull back, and I go short, and then I get scaled, and I take one target, and we break the low pretty aggressively, so I'm hoping for some really good continuation down to 64, or before this liquidity at 68. Instead, we break the high, and I have a trailing stop at 80, and I'm out. At this point, I was thinking that since we tested the low side and then we broke here, there's potential for the market to go long. I was attempting to catch it on the outside edge for a move upwards, but I couldn't. I see the VWAP to VPOC, but I'm not really so convinced that price is high enough and the range is not amazing. So I skip it. We test the mean, and then we break back up. And I see that we break into the 92 to 94 area, and we break this auction. So I enter on a pullback. Which, believe it or not, if I had a better entry, I would have gotten scaled here. And I take a stop. The market breaks again out of this area after not seeing continuation. We don't break here, but on the pull back up, we can't break this area. And we break out, and on the pullback to the IB, I go short again, and I have my scale right at the low, and I hit it. And then my target is at the mean, and we have a lot of structure created here at VWAP, so I put my trailing stop there. I thought about putting it here, but then I was like, no. So I put it at the outside edge, looking for a continuation, but don't get it. As it stands now, the market overnight has really moved. So we're looking at a fairly decent gap. And I'm thinking longs this morning. We have overnight volume point of control at 21.75. We'll see what happens if we reach that area. We anticipate responsive selling. Tom is saying, what might you anticipate? Responsive selling. Scenario 1 is open gap higher, close the gap. I was thinking only longs, but maybe there is a gap to settle at the open. There's definitely a nice bit of range for it. And we have the stat below. So if we open gap higher, we'd expect an open above 4618. An initial push to try higher may or may not take the overnight high. Regardless of that, the key to this idea would be price at or near the overnight high are rejected and price falls below 16.5. Seeing the above, if ES is able to revert above 16.5, I would look for the gap to close. If it's unable to revert above 16.5, I would look for gap to close. Previous close at 96.5. Well, no, I'm sorry. The gap is at 11.25. So if the gap closes and we can't really penetrate, then we would expect reversion higher. And for the rest of the session to be choppy and kind of grinding higher. Alternatively, if price falls back into yesterday's range, essentially below 11 and to 9, we would expect the rest of the session to be, if price falls back into yesterday's range and is unable to recover, and that price becomes resistance, I'd look for continued downside and the gap to settle trade as an extended target. And then we would look for yesterday's point of control, which is at 88. 4588. Scenario 2, price holds above FSVWAP gap mid and 16.5. So FSVWAP is at 21, which is aligning with the overnight volume point of control. So if we are going to look for a responsive selling trade, then we have to be very aware of the overnight volume point of control and the VWAP. So scale is at 22. First target's at 22.25. So if it holds above 16.5, gap and go. We'd expect the first push to be lower, potentially into FSVWAP, but key to this idea is prices below FSVWAP and 16.5 are supported and quickly rejected for higher. Seeing the above, we would look for the overnight high and the extended target to be a low volatility grind to 47. Okay. I didn't finish my journaling yesterday because I traded the afternoon and I didn't really anticipate on trading today, but I feel good. My goals are the same. Be very vocal today. We're trying to keep a streak going. We're trying to keep the good decisions, or more good decisions than bad decisions, going. I would like to attempt to make an extra point on my trades because then it would offer me a 2-to-1. So I'm going to make an attempt at that. And I want to very aggressively and vocally call out context changes, call out two-sided trading to trend configuration, because today is the type of day where it will shift likely. And I would like also to ensure that I've structured my trades. Early morning VPOC migrations, be subjective with the no range rule. If it looks like it's gonna run and the VPOC migrates to the high and we see a slight break and a pullback, then it's acceptable to take, like I stated yesterday. When I'm stalking a trade, remind myself to wait for structure and just talk myself through it like I've been doing, and I'm gonna be good. All right, I'll be back. Okay, so we have to be cautious on the fade. The normal behavior is for the overnight inventory to be balanced and then for the market to impulse higher. So essentially, we want to see a pretty large impulse of selling at the open or very close to the open, where we attempt higher to make the take the overnight high and reject it, or we take it and then we fall back in, and we want to see the market exhaust. Overall, though, the market is screaming that it is strong, and the normal behavior for this gapping market is for it to balance the overnight inventory and continue higher, where we have the 47 to 50 area as the target and the overnight high. Okay? No rush this morning, plenty of buses, like Tom said. So, let's be cautious this morning. Let's not put ourselves in a hole that's unnecessary, but let's not hesitate either. Oh, shit. All right. So, We're seeing some selling. Not seeing migration yet. There's a VPOC migration. Liquidity steps in here. It's trading. We're coming into this 26 area, 25. So that held. I'm assuming I'm toasted. VHVN here. Looks like it's probably gonna try to go. As we've broken the VHVN. Yeah, I think this is pretty much an easy long. And I don't need to fade the short. Either way. I guess no caution on the fading, yeah. Because we pulled right into that area. No range. Let's see if we could catch any sort of entry here. LVN test. Wow. VPOC migration. Got a break here. Another slight migration. All right, let's relax for a minute here. We're in a hole already. What are we attempting to do here? We're selling with no range. $31 to $33. I don't think that's really the best. And then we get the impulse and we see the buyer step in and we take the VPOC migration. We get the one tick. There was no need to rush into this. I don't understand these plays. I don't think any of them. All within the first 5 minutes. I know that I'm feeling a little tired. But why am I rushing? And digging myself into a hole. Caution on the fade. This doesn't really look like caution. The one tick hurts too. Alright, well, the context looks to be long. We'll look for retests of this 30 area, because we have the overnight high here. Stat. So we test low, we can't test the prior VHVN. Potential test of 30 for an entry. Stop would be at 28-ish. Here's a buyer at the LVN. Potential VPOC migration. Looks pretty good for continuation. Not even 6 minutes in, and I bury myself. All right, let's saddle up. Here comes 30. We'll see if VPOC migrates here. We have overnight high stat, and then 47, which is where the money would be made. There's a scale. Got a break here. Looking to see some volume build up. Here's an attempt. John says he's just watching. Damn. Well, this one I don't know if there's so much to be upset about, to be honest. Here's a VHVN test. Looks like some signs of exhaustion. Let's see what starts developing here. Obstacle. Let's just start doing well now. How about that? Looks like it could be starting to exhaust. We couldn't break the high. Couldn't test the overnight high. We'll see. See if we start holding below the VHVN, if we reject this area and pull back. Maybe it's gaining some ground. Yes, we've seen two pretty big sell orders go to market. Both found willing bids right at 30s and inability to follow through even with opening swing low. Two-sided trading. I'm not calling out shit, man. Two-sided trading, obstacle at 32. We see VPOC migrating higher. So now we saw a pseudo test of the VHVN. Another bomber. Let's see what happens here. Yes, that said, if we can't get a test of opening swing higher and sellers continue to hit, I'd expect we get lower prices. The question for me, however, is that if this happens, do we run into more resting bids above FSVWAP or a vacuum that just flushes lower? Still watching. So we had the bomber come after a test of the VHVN. We're holding up against that 28 volume. We'll see if we hold below the day levels. We're in balance right now. Here's a slight migration lower. Let's see if we start testing the opening swing low. That's a break of this volume here. Sellers come in. Decent amount of stops. So it looks like the sellers may be trying to take control. Current context is mean reversion. So we'll see if price quickly recovers back up. Obstacle here at the VHVN. Liquidity steps in. So we're below all the day levels. We're below the open. We have not tested the low. Whoa, okay. News at 10. So rejection of this area here. Rejection down here, auctioning. So we see that the low held. We come back up. We see never mind. We don't see migration. We see a test of the auction. We break down on news. We test the low, and now we're trying to reclaim the day levels. Remember what FT said? That was the normal behavior is for the market to gap and go, and unless it sells in the morning at the open, then it's likely to hold. Doesn't mean that it's going to, but it's more likely. Let's see if we extend this area. See if we get mean reversion. Re-adding here. By ice stepping in. I wouldn't be surprised to see it go, but it's gonna go, isn't it? Yeah. Let's see if we extend here. And now pull back to this 25, offers a short. Near miss. Okay, where's my bracket? I don't know what to do about this. I guess I don't know. So scenario 1 seems to be playing out. I'm literally all in, so high volume node here. Not catching a bounce. That's some heavy selling. Pull back to this high volume node could offer another short. basing here, which is not ideal. So that was a break. We have this liquidity here. Need to see a pretty solid break from this area if we're going to get continuation. Looks like buyers trying to gain some strength here. Test into the LVN. Oh, man. Well, I'm going to call it. I'm just totally out of whack here. Oh, what did I do? FSVWAP at 25.6. Gap mid at 18.5. It hasn't even been an hour yet, and I'm just fucking clicking, man. Potential for a migration. It's also a potential short. Maybe a higher low. Mean reversion. Break. Back in. Auction. Higher low. Responsiveness. Liquidity holding. Potential to test higher. Yeah, I'm finished for the day. Yeah. What happened, man? Uh, Maybe I should have just walked away earlier. Just not there today. What happened? Feeling like tired, but I don't even know. Maybe drinking last night. Damn, 7 losses in a row. I was also aligned. Gave back a lot of work, man. Gave back a lot. I think it's the drinking. Drinking and then waking up a little late, not sleeping as much. Alright. I'll be back to do my journaling after I probably go sleep it off. GG. Sucks to end this way.